Welcome to the Live Your Dreams podcast, where success leaves clues and someone has your answer. Joined as always with my lovely co-host. Well, Tia's not here today. As you can see, she is on sabbatical, so she'll be back next week on a well-deserved sabbatical day. Took the day off. First and foremost, before we get started, just want to help somebody. Fund and Grow. Ladies and gentlemen, fund and grow your business. Go down to the description link and actually hit the link, and you will get registered to get a free funding training from Fund and Grow. Fund and grow your business. All right, so ladies and gentlemen, today we're talking about It's Me. One of the things, my mother used to sing this song. I was raised in a church, Metrodome Baptist Church on B Street in D.C., but they used to sing a song. My mother used to always sing this song. It says, it's me, oh Lord, standing in the need of prayer. Not my mother, not my father, but it's me standing in the need of prayer. And as you get older, you start to realize how that song really makes sense. You know, they used to sing a song and they used to say, you know, I woke up in my right mind. And when you're young, you think that's funny. But as you get older, you realize that's not funny. You really want to, it's a blessing to wake up in your right mind. But trying to take from Tia's book or her dad's book, Being Very Transparent, about It's Me. And this is Live Your Dreams podcast, where success leaves clues, someone has your answer. So we try to get answers to individuals, because one of the things I realized when I was coming up, and I started to realize that this thing has something to do with me. I never forget, I guess it was 1987, coming up, walking up, I guess that was maybe A Street, or maybe 53rd, something like that. But anyway, walking up the street, saw one of my friends standing on this little stoop. Had a beeper, had a polo shirt, and I never forget, I asked, hey, how'd you get that, right? And I've learned that question, that's a really good question. But as I got older, I realized that you have to be careful who you ask that question to, right? Because you want to make sure you asking that question, because success leaves clues. You can get the same result someone else do if you do the exact same thing. So you want to be careful on who you ask that question to. But I never forget coming up and realizing that some of this I'm bringing upon myself, right? And started to realize that if I take ownership of my life could change. Because I realized that some of the things that I was going through, that I was the cause of it. And that's hard to kind of accept, right? I didn't go into the Marine Corps till I was 21. And the reason being, because again, I was still trying to figure out, is this my Marine Corps? Is it not my Marine Corps? You know, just trying to answer some of these questions. But as I realized is that to become or to have friends, you have to be friendly, right? So to be a part of something, you have to be a part of something. You can stand on the outside and look at everybody inside the party having fun, or you could go inside and enjoy the party, or you can go and have your own party. But the key is, the number one thing that keeps coming back to me as I learned, it was me. Some of the mistakes and some of the pains that I dealt with, I realized the hard way that I was the cause of it. And sometimes that's hard to accept. Sometimes that's hard to believe. Sometimes it's hard to overcome those emotions, right? Because you get very emotional and you get attached to some of the issues that you may be going through, and try to, what I would do, and I'm speaking only for myself, what I would do was place some of the blame on other people, right? Well, it's your fault that I'm like this, or it's your fault that I did this, or it's your fault. But one of the things that I realized, you get the power back when you take complete ownership. Tom used to say, we all are brainwashed, but I just want to participate with mine, right? So if we all are brainwashed And my mentor said, participate with your own brainwash. That makes sense. And that's when I realized that I had to take ownership of my life. When I realized that it's me. If it's the be, it's up to me. So one of the things I started to realize, especially when I got older, when I went into the Marine Corps, I really figured it out that this thing is about me. And now when I go through my daily life, I really understand that it's about me. And when you take that ownership for your own life, life becomes better. It may become more difficult, but it becomes better because you realize that you are responsible for your life. It's you. You can make this life as happy as you want it to be or as miserable as you want it to be. Now, there's some outside factors, and I will not deny those, but a lot of this is an inside game when it comes directly to you. Earl Nightingale said it best, and I believe this. He said that you are where you are in life because that's exactly where you want to be. Let me make that point live just a little bit more. It's been said that if you take all the money in the world and divide the money up evenly amongst everyone in the world, that within a year or two, everything will be back to how it is right now. Now, one of the things about it, Jim Rohn said it best. If you want to get $1 million, it's best you become a millionaire quick. Because again, if you get $1 million and you're not a millionaire or have that millionaire mentality, you'll lose it. So the key, when I talk about it's me, I realize that a lot of this life, the pains, the sorrows, the joys, the happiness, it's me. And I realize that. So I participate. As Tom say, I participated in my brainwash. I participate in what I believe. I participate in my philosophy. Because again, I told the story when I was in college when my professor said, because I was confused. I don't think there was no one on the planet more confused than I was. But he said something to me because I asked him, and I mustered up the courage to say, let me ask this question. I said, with all these different philosophies or religions or way of life or beliefs, who is right? And he looked at me with sincerity and he said, you are. And I couldn't believe it. And that's when I realized that you have to have a philosophy. You have to know why you believe what you believe. You have to know why you do what you do. And if some of the things that you are doing does not help you live your dreams, you can correct it. You're not a tree. You're not planet. You have the ability to change the habits that are causing you hurt or harm. And you have the ability to replace them with habits that will bring joy and happiness to you. So that's why I say it's me. I am the cause of my joy and happiness, and I am the cause of my pain and sorrow. Now, again, some things happen that's outside, and I understand that. Trust me, I do. If anybody understands it, it's me. But one of the things I just really believe is that I have some say in this thing, and I'm going to participate with it. All right, so real quick, I just want to take a quick break for our sponsors to keep the lights on. All right, Short Child Care, short name, long in service, ladies and gentlemen. One of the things, the number is on your screen. Short Child Care is full. There is a waiting list, but Short Child Care is working hard to expand to get more slots. So call the number on your screen. Short Child Care, short name, long in service. That was Tom's quote. All right, so one of the things about It's Me, I never forget when I was coming up, ninth grade was when, 87 was when things started to get real confusing for me. But I never forget Mayor Marion Barry, and so many people could say whatever you want. He was a human being just like all of us. But one thing I never forget when he came on TV and said, everybody who's 14 years of age, and I think it went up to 21 or something like that. But I was 14. He said, "Hey, you come down to 500 C Street, you get a summer job." I could not get down 500 C Street fast enough. Trust me, I couldn't get down there fast. I probably was the first one down there. I remember sitting in them little desks with I think you had your social security and you had proof of DC residence. I never forget that. That was probably one of the best days of my life. But I never forget that when I got my first summer job, we actually had it where we could work all year round. And I did that till I was probably about 16. But then it got even better because when you went to high school, every program that you wanted was in DC public schools. And again, you can say whatever you want about Mayor Marion Barry, but he set so many people up. I mean, it's so many people like me that their life was changed because of this man. You had the plumbers program over at Phelps. You had the electrician program over at Phelps. You had the carpenters program over at Phelps. You had the plumbing program over at Phelps. I went to Easton and Chamberlain. You had the barbering program, which I took advantage of. You had the Cosmo, the hair stylist. Now, one of the things about it, now they're charging big money for you to learn how to do hair. You got it for free. It was free. And there are hairdressers now that benefited from that went to Chamberlain, that benefited. They're doing well. You had barbers. Mr. Brown used to have barbers come back and talk, and I mean, they were doing really well for themselves. You had the watch repair. You had the shoe repair. Inside Easton, you had the fireman program. If you went through the program, you became a fireman for DC. You had the police program. If you did the program, you became a police in DC. You had the young government workers. If you did that, you become a government worker for DC. It was amazing the amount of programs that we had. But we didn't know, now that I'm older, I realized we didn't know how good we had it and how much was set up for us. But so many people benefited from that. But when you look at some of the opportunities that we had that everyone may not have took advantage of, it comes back to it's me, right? It's some of this, and again, we have opportunities out there now. You just have to find them, right? You just have to look for them, but they're there. But I mean, back then they were put in our lap, and unfortunately, a lot of us didn't take advantage of what we could have taken advantage of because there were so many outside influences from '87 till it was ridiculous. How much peer pressure, how much just nonsense that's still going on today that was there. I mean, it was just right there like a rabbit hole. Just please fall in the rabbit hole. But again, looking back at it, you got to say, hey, this is me. So this is Live Your Dreams podcast where success leaves clues. You can live your dream. It's up to you. It's no one's fault. You have to take responsibility for your life, right? Now that I'm on this health kick of losing weight, trust me, it's not easy waking up early, going to the gym. Trust me, it's not easy working hard to try to eat right. Trust me, it's not easy when you go out, try not to order a drink. Trust me, that's not easy. And that's one of the reasons why I say it's me, because I play a part in this thing. And once I accepted that, life became better for me. So I'm telling you, and this is just advice. This is just, and again, I speak only for myself. So this is one of the things that I would suggest or recommend, that you figure out what you could control in your life and start controlling it. You could become better. And one of the number one things that helped me was controlling my emotions, because my emotions have became out of control. But once you start to control your emotions and control your habits and control the parts of your life that you can't control, life becomes better. That's when you start living your dreams. If you talk to anyone who achieved anything, and let's take it to make it live, let's take sports. You look at LeBron James or the late Kobe Bryant or Michael Jordan. One of the things you would say about each one of those, they had an impressive work ethic and an impressive routine and habit. I'm sure they woke up at the same time every day. I'm sure they went to the gym at the same time every day for the same amount of time. I'm sure it was a routine and habit. And they fully understand it's me. They're in control of it. They fully understand that. And that's one of the things with living your dream. You have to understand that. It's possible. But it takes work. It takes discipline. It takes habits. But it's possible. The number one thing about it, I always say, it could be hard, but it's worth it. The hard work pays off. Sleep and slumber brings poverty. And poverty is a sin that should be eradicated from the face of the earth. That's what Tom used to always say. And I believe it. So one of the things, ladies and gentlemen, in conclusion, it's me. So one of the things about it, take that philosophy and run with it. Take that philosophy and build your habits. Take that philosophy and build some routines in place so that you can live your dreams. Because tomorrow's not promised. All you have is the day. Don't wait till tomorrow. Start today because it's possible. Life can be enjoyable. Life can be happy. Life can be pleasant. It could be all of those things. But it takes you. It takes me. It takes me keeping the focus on myself. It takes you disciplining yourself. And again, ladies and gentlemen, that's the way we live our dreams, taking full responsibility of our actions, right? And if you do, I'll see you, and yes, I do mean you, living your dreams. Peace.